Hey everybody, what's going on? Eric here. Today we've got a little bit of an unbagging to do, so let's get right to it. Alright, so I was looking for a few upgrades for the Epiphone Joe Pass Emperor 2, and I came across some tuners and a bridge and stuff like that, just simple modifications. So here is a package that I picked up off of eBay, and I believe I think it was like 60 bucks. So let's go ahead and open this. I do know somebody who was doing some work on their they picked up a chipset, but it was a pretty nice chipset. He did a lot of upgrades to it, and he was wanting to look for some Grover tuners for it and certain size of, hoping that they just fall right in place and stuff. And I gotta say that if you match the tuners up with the tuners that are already on there, which is the fake Grover tuners, 9 times out of 10 they should match up with no problems, unless they forced the tuners into the holes and stuff. Then you might have to do a little trimming. I don't think you have to do any re-drilling, but a little trimming. So what I have here is a set of Grovers that I picked up. Now these are, I don't need this. These are a set of Grover roto grips, and basically they have the adjustment on the side over here to where you can tighten them up and lock the strings. So these are locks automatically, but they do have the finger tighten thing over here. Quick screen change, 18.1 as far as gear ratio for tuning, lifetime guarantee. Gotta love that with Grovers. Now these are the 502Gs, okay, and I kind of like them. These will basically fit right onto the headstock on the Epiphone with no problems. I shouldn't have to pre-drill or re-drill any holes. They should drop in. The second screw hole that's on the bottom of these things should also line up with the screw hole that's on the bottom of the original tuners as well, since they're both Grovers. And yeah, so this is kind of a good upgrade. Some nice locking tuners. This package here I've already opened because I wanted to do something with it, and I knew I was going to have to modify this part, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to end up using these or not, because of the fact weight is a little bit of an issue in this, and I'm kind of wondering about that. So let's kind of see what the hell these are. So I was looking at bridges and stuff, and I did pick up another replacement bridge for the Epiphone, and I also came across these here, which is kind of cool. I've already, like I said, I've already opened up one of them. And these are Wilkinson's Roller bridges attached to a piece of, I think it's Indian rosewood, I think they called it. It's pretty hard stuff. But these seem to have a little bit of weight to them, and I'm kind of wondering if this would be a good idea or a good modification for the bridge that is on the Joe Pass Emperor 2 compared to basically the weight of the rosewood. Now I did get one that is similar to this one as well. Now the one thing that I noticed is, I don't know if you can see let's see if I can get this to focus, see the top of the bridge over here. It's kind of notched up a little bit. That could be fixed. I could take a file and I can give it another, re-angle the file to get rid of that and get my arch back and everything else. Keep it with the original hardware that it came with. Now, the one thing that I noticed about this bridge compared to this bridge here, well, the height is not too bad as far as how tall they both are, but this arch here matches the body of the guitar better than this arch here does. So what I got going on right now is a little bit of a trick that I learned for matching up like certain sizes to go with something that it's supposed to be. So right now on the body of the guitar, I've got some tape, I've got some 220 grit sandpaper, and I have the extra bridge like this on the body. And let's go to that right now so I can take a look at what I'm doing here. Okay, so what I got going on over here is a piece of 220 grit sandpaper. I have tape underneath the sandpaper, and I have the paper taped on both sides of the body. And what I'm doing is, as you can kind of see here, how it's sanding this part here and this part here are touching the body of the guitar more than anything else is. So it's not sitting completely flat on the body of the guitar. So what I'm doing is basically, taking and sanding the bottom of the bridge so it'll start to meet up with the body more. And again, I think maybe these bridges are not going to be all that great because of weight-wise. I'm not too sure about that until I get it into place. These are floating bridges, and I don't want it to start sagging either direction or sagging downwards. Or I don't think it will be sagging downwards because of the rake that the strings are going on. But I don't want it to move around. All right, so as you can see, I've been working on the bridge a little bit, and I got the bridge pretty damn close to where I want to. I just have a small patch here and a small patch here that I have to form fit with the body of the guitar. Now, what I'm doing, excuse me, what I'm doing is I already went from side to side, and now that I've got it pretty close, I'm going up and down with this. So I'm getting the same arch as in the body. Basically eyeballing it, lining it up with the pickup opening. And what I'm wanting to see is all of this sanded. So there's just there's a dark spot right there, a little bit of a dark spot right there, and that's going to be filling in lighter pretty soon. Now, I'm not applying a lot of pressure doing this. I don't want to cave in the body of the guitar. But going up and down with it now is going to assure me to have the same arch as the body. And then clean the sandpaper a little bit every time when I pick up my project. And again, just got a little bit right here that needs to be sanded, and a little bit right here that needs to be sanded, and this should sit flat on top of this body with no problems. Alright, so I have the arch matched up with the body, and it is an exact fit. So here is the bridge that before I did any work to it. And you can kind of see there's a shadow goes underneath it. You can kind of see that there's a gap on each side. Let me get a flashlight so you can see this a lot better. So you kind of see there's quite a bit of light coming through the bottom of that bridge. So if I go ahead and put the new bridge down, not so much light coming through. So that should be like right on the money, exactly the way that the stock bridge would fit. And I really didn't lower it down too much. I just basically took it off to where I didn't see no more of the unsanded wood. Okay, when you sand a piece of wood, it looks a little bit different than what it would normally look, and it has more of a duller finish to it. So I basically took it completely off. There was an imperfection in one of the sides over here. Now I can't even tell which side it had it because that's completely gone. So that's it, and this is right on top of where the old bridge should be, and it's got like in kind of a light spot where the bridge was, and I think it'll work. I'm not too crazy about the weight of it again, but maybe I can put a small pin on the bottom of here, glue it in and drill a small hole and have a pin here so the bridge sits in one position and does not move. Again, I have full control over the intonation settings at the top over here, being a Wilkinson's Roller bridge. But again, I would like to have your guys' input about that, because I don't want to modify something that really shouldn't be modified, kind of like this. So, all right, so I'm done now, and let's get on to something else.